The good times that made us laugh outweigh the bad. I thought we'd get to see forever, but forever's gone. No, it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Hey, hey,
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Lump Dog, your favorite fantasy football commissioner's favorite fantasy football commissioner, and I'm back with another PPH commissioner video, week number 14. Season is over. Regular season, that is. So let's give a shout out to all the fishermen. But before we do that, make sure you go ahead, you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button, smash that bell down to be notified of new videos when they're uploaded. So again, appreciate if you could do that. It means the world to me. It means the world to the league, and we'd really appreciate if you could go ahead and subscribe and give me that thumbs up. I have yet to get one, but if I keep saying it, maybe one day I will. I'll get one like on the video. That's my goal. Anyway, regular season's over, everyone. That's a wrap. Season 21 coming to an end here. So we have 8 teams that make the playoffs. We have the number 1 seed, the Mollywoppers. The number 2 seed is the JM Flapjackers. The number 3 seed, Rick and Morty's TDs. The number 4 seed, yours truly, Mr. Sweet Spot. The number 5 seed is Patty's Playboys. The number 6 seed is Return to Greatness. The number 7 seed is Brewdogs. And the number 8 seed, which is the hottest team in the league right now, who won the last 2 weeklies, and the last weekly was $315. Congratulations to Tommy, the basket of deplorables, at the number 8 seed. So, as some of you might be aware of out there in my viral viewers, our league does it a little bit different with the seeding. We don't give a bye week to the number 1 or 2 seed. We actually allow them to pick their opponent. So, the number 1 seed, Mollywops, called me out, yours truly. So, it's the number 1 seed versus the number 4 seed, Mr. Sweet Spot. I feel like I'm going to get my teeth kicked in, but it is what it is. We'll see how it goes. My luck's been pretty good the last 3 weeks. Let's see if we can keep it going. And then JM Flapjackers, the number 2 seed, called out the number 5 seed in Patty's Playboys. If this doesn't reinforce the fact of every year that I've been right, that the number 1 and 2 seeds should get a bye week, that the number 1 and 2 seed, neither of them picked the 7 or the 8 seed. And why is that? Because the 7th and 8th seed actually are pretty good teams. They've just had some injuries and some bad luck, and no one wants to face them in the playoffs. Hence why the 4 and 5 seed get picked. So all this stuff that was talking about at the rules meeting, if you're the 1 seed or the 2 seed and you can't beat the 8 or 7 seed, you don't even deserve to be in the playoffs. But when you have a chance to sit there and say, you know what, let me pick out the 8th or the 7th seed, you stay far, far away from them, at least 1 nautical mile away from them. And that proves to me that the number 1 and 2 seed should have buys in coming into the week. And only have to win 2 games to get to a championship rather than 3 games to championship. So that proves my point. And the people that they're at the top, JM Flatbackers and the Mollywops, have voted consistently to not give the 1 and 2 seeds a bye, with their stupid reasoning of if you're the 1 or 2 seed, then you should be able to take on the 8 seed and not be worried about it. Well, they're worried enough that they don't want to pick them. So, point proven. Lump's right. Once again, the commission's right. You're wrong. And when the rubber meets the road, and then you had an opportunity to prove me wrong, you failed. You buckled underneath the pressure, and you picked me instead of Tommy. So, thank you. I'm proven right. Your actions have proven my arguments at the rules meeting 110% correct, and that you're just a complete flip-flopping hypocrite. And yep, that's how it is. That's the way it is, and I'm sticking to it. And I have the proof now. I have the proof. So hopefully this year in the rules meeting, we'll be able to change this. There's going to be, I think this is going to be our best rules meeting ever coming up. Not because of its location, but because of the subject matter that we're going to need to go over here. We're going to have to do a full rewrite of the PPH Constitution, make sure everyone understands it, make sure that it's written in a way that everybody can understand it rather than just me. We're going to need to get rid of some rules. We're going to have to institute some rules. I'm obviously going to get more deballed here at the PPH. They like a commish with no power. They like a commissioner with zero power. I can't make one decision on my own that isn't a written rule without half of the league, or at least 4 people within the league, throwing up a conniption fit. So there's going to be a meeting of the minds and an understanding that the commissioner, we can't make a rule or for every situation and scenario that might occur, and that sometimes I'm going to have to actually rule and make what I feel is the best decision for the league. And that's why everyone wants me as commish, because they know I'm not some sort of low-life scumbag who's going to swindle and cheat and have only my own interest at heart, that I actually look out for the league in general and not just myself. I'm sure they'll sit there and dispute that, but they have no proof to prove it otherwise. I can even bring in 1002 from last year. If that was the case, then I would have paid the fine and made it right. I paid the fine, made it right. I also paid Jimmy's fine this year for Chris Carson because I messed up missing Chris Carson being an inactive player. Which, by the way, the inactive player rule is going to have to be either gotten rid of or revamped in a way that everyone feels that it's a fair way that it's being applied. Same thing with lineup checks and stuff like that. The rules meeting will be voted on. The location and will be voted, and date will be voted on at the pizza party. So make sure you all come out to the pizza party. It's the award ceremony / pizza party. First and second place will be paying for the pizza and beer. That is on January 30th at 6 p.m. at Pizzeria Classico in Folsom, California. So hey, any viral viewers out there, come by. January 30th. It's a Sunday. I know we have some really weird work schedules going on in the PPH, and we had to make it on a Sunday. But that's the day, Sunday the 30th, 6 p.m., Pizzeria Classico. If you're in the area, stop by. We'd love to have you stop in, get you some garlic chips, maybe a beer or something, and you could see the PPH in person. And wouldn't that be great? How awesome would that be? That'd be awesome. All right, anyway. So let's give a shout out to the fishermen. We have a full boatload of fishermen out there right now, seeing if they got their poles out, their tackle boxes out, their pole baited, trying to do some fishing. First off, a big shout out to 2T Tardo. 2T Tardo went from MVP to worst in the league with only 2 wins this year. Ouch. How bad is that? Let's go ahead and let's bring this up, okay? I'm going to bring this up. Oh, my goodness. My scores aren't coming up. Why is that? That ain't cool. Is the scores coming up now? Yes, there we go. There it is. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's go to the standings so we can see who the fishermen are. Who are the fishermen out there in the PPHC looking to catch something because they were not get well enough off to can I even click on a link here? See, this is what happens sometimes. Jesus, really? Let's hit a little refresh here. Maybe that'll do it. Refresh. Is it gonna work? All right. So here we go. We go to league. We go to home, and we want to find who the fisherman is. Like I said, 2T Tardo is the captain of that fisherman's boat. There we go. Here it is. There's the standings on the left-hand side. So here we go. 289ers, 2T Tardo, 2-12. Oh my goodness. Matched my record from last year, and I dodged the draft. So better luck next year, Tardo. Maybe you can reflect and find out some of the mistakes you made this year. Some of the draft mistakes and things that you didn't do right to make sure that you had a more competitive team. 2 wins in our longest season ever and 14 regular season games. Not very good. So you are the captain of the fishing boat. And in second to last place, we had Let's Go Brandon Slovak. Congratulations, you are the second on the fishing boat with a 4-10 record. Ouch. He went all Cowboys this year too. And you know what? What's funny about that was kind of my strategy going into the draft. I just wasn't in the right place to do it. I was the number 4 pick. It looks like I needed to be the number 8 pick. Looks like moving from the 3rd pick to the 8th pick too, and the rules meeting last year when we pick our draft positions, Slovak could have had the 3rd pick over on the draft. He gave it up for the 8th pick, and now he's 4-10. So not very smart if you ask me. Again, so he went all Cowboys, went Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard. Just didn't work out for him. He only got him 4 wins for the season, and he is second on that fisherman's boat, holding it down and owing some money. Okay. And in third to last place here was the Haters, 6-8 finishing the season. This is the normal area where he finishes. He's quasi in that range. Guys doesn't have that football mind, but great PPH member, really holds it down. But he's on that fishing boat. Really tough week for him last week though. Finished dead last in the tri-tip cook-off that we had last week. And then to miss the playoffs on top of that, just his PPH standing right now is pretty much in the gutter. I mean, it's really bad. It's really bad. He has a pattern now. It's like twice that he's finished dead last in the PPH cook-off, tri-tip cook-offs. And then now on top of that, to miss the playoffs, I think for, 8th, 9th year in a row, definitely not a modern era. He doesn't have a modern era playoff appearance. So a very bad pattern for Jimbo. Not a contender, not a factor. So good luck, man. Hopefully your fishing skills are better and you can catch some fish there on that boat. But you're on that boat. In the fourth to last place here was Dirty High Tea. Sorry to see that this co-owned team will be breaking up or has broken up. Cone has ended up leaving the PPH, has left Britt high and dry here. You guys remember Cone. He was the guy doing the Cone's Corner there for a quick hot minute in the beginning of the season that I was trying to get him going, and he quit that, and now he's quitting the PPH and his co-owned team. He can't handle it. He's really not made PPH material. All that PPH for life stuff that he says and talks about, a co-owner for life, looks like that's all that was talk and just a bunch of lip service. And not cool, man. Not cool at all. But you know what? Britt wasn't good enough either. Didn't draft a well enough team. Losing Russell Wilson in the middle of the year, though, I definitely hurt this squad. He had some good trades, though. Had some good free agent pickups, but just wasn't enough, to get it done. Finishes the season at 7-7. But we have Britt coming back next year thanks to the Mollywop. So good, congratulations there. Oh, and then now our fifth place, the last place team, Just My Luck, Brent Jacobs there, our champ. So from champ 1 year to not making the playoffs the next year, really been a non-factor most of the year. Been a non-factor as a champ, really. This guy doesn't want to take the belt anywhere, doesn't want to display it anywhere. Guy owns a barber shop out here in Northern California. You think he would put it in a display case on the wall or something, display it up there so he can get some looks and people can talk about it. But he's the kind of guy who uses the argument, well, I don't need a bunch of attaboys and way to goes and, needs this or that. It's like, bro, it ain't about that. I've been telling him this for over a year now. It's not about you way to go, champ, way for you to go. Hey, that a boy. It's about for you to talk about the league. Hey, that a boy. Whoa, that's a pretty cool belt. Where'd you get that? Oh, it's a sweet ass fantasy league I'm in, man. It's called the PPH. We have this, you see the belt, it's pretty bad. We deal with these drafts and blah, 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 blah. Talk about the league. Oh, yeah, very eclectic group of guys, yada, yada, yada. So it's an opportunity to talk about the PPH, like being an ambassador, right? You're trying to be an ambassador for the league, and it's not about you. It's about the league in general, and then you winning that league, I guess. But he doesn't want to do it, so good riddance. I'm glad that he didn't make the playoffs and we can get another champ in there, because I would hate to see him win another championship and have the belt, because we would never see anything cool with it. And I like seeing cool shit done with the belt, like going to places and doing cool things and having glamour shots with it and pumpkin patches like I did, or, Christmas tree farms or something, just some cool shit, and nah, he doesn't want to do it, doesn't want to take it out. It's like kept under wraps. So he's gone and he's on the fishing boat, and he can concentrate on that. And then last but not least, another co-owned team, the Juggernauts, not making the playoffs. Man, this squad has one owner, the Foss, who's a OG member, longtime member, big shit talker, loves talking shit. Not about fantasy football, about everything else though. Loves that. Really kind of the Karen of the league. Just likes to yell, scream. I want to talk to the manager. Put that on your beloved Facebook, or this or that. So he's really the Karen of the league. But he took on a co-owner who's really been non-existent. I mean, he showed up. He had a sweet party. I will give him props for that. And so Duck. Major props for Duck Fest. You were the man for that. He paid for everything, I think. That's what the thing is on the street. So he hosted it was pretty much his going away party. He hosted his own going away party. We haven't seen him since. So, I mean, thanks, but, hello, we'd like to see you. You don't have to pay for everything. Just come out and, hang out every once. Even I've been to a few RBH Thursdays, and I don't get out much. So I haven't seen you at all, though. We haven't seen you anywhere doing anything, or, on the text thread. And I understand that the text thread, I'm not telling you got to get on the text thread, but you do have to be a little bit more participant in the league. Rather than such a ghost. So, but you didn't really help out the Foss. You guys started off 0-4. You were making a push there, but just wasn't enough to get it done. Didn't get the points necessary to get it done there. So, Basket of Deplorables gets that A seed right there. So, there you go. That's the Fishermen. So let's go ahead, give them a salute. The Fishermen, peace out. Oh, hold on. Let me while we're doing that, talking about the Fishermen, I should have been doing this. Crap. Click, 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 clack. Click, 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 clack, 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 click, click. This is the last one. I got a crab on the Fishermen. Crab on the ones that didn't make the playoffs. Just crab on them. Click, clack, 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 click, 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 clack, 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 click. Yep, that's what we do. That's what the Commish does. Crabs on the non-playoffs teams. So, anyway. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's check out these playoff matchups, and I'll give you my predictions and see how well they come out. So here we go. Let's go to not the scores, but the scoring preview, because these are the matchups. Obviously, I guess we could just start with this one, I guess, since it's up, and we'll go. So as you see here, the number 1 seed, the Mollywops, huge favorite. I hate this in CBS when they just give it a slide. Like, what do you have to do to have the edge? Do you have to have a 100-point lead to have the edge? I've never seen it. I think I've seen it in moderate a couple times where there's a 50-point difference, but never have I seen someone have the edge. This is a huge discrepancy here. A 22-point lead, that's pretty much getting buried. Mollywops finishes the season with a 10-4 record, number 1 in the league, based on points, because there was a team that ended up tying the record. He's 5th in coach ranking, 13th easiest schedule. There's only one other team with an easier schedule than him. Cake schedule. Passing rank, he's ranked 8th, which is kind of surprising. You'd think with Mahomes, you'd be higher up in the rankings for passing, but only 8th is really surprising there. Rushing rank, though, 2nd, so that's going to be tough. Receiving rank, 3rd. That's going to be tough. And then right there in the middle of the pack with the defensive scoring with number 6. You see with me, my schedule was 2nd hardest in the league. So really a real gauntlet of a season for me to even make the place to finish. So 2 games above 500. Real miracle in my book. It really took a lot of perseverance, tenacity, just out coaching some people to really get to that point, because Definitely hot. I'm kind of hot right now. I've won my last three. I had to win my last three really to get in, which was quite the gauntlet. I had to face Duke in that the first week. Really shouldn't have beaten him, but because of his poor coaching decisions, starting Hurts over Wentz, that really cost him in that game. I ended up getting the win. Then had the week after that, I had to face the Brewdogs with Tom Brady. Adam Thielen got hurt in the first quarter, so he went out. That helped me, obviously. Tom Brady put up 57 points, but was able to survive that and beat him. And then in my last game, had to play Patty's Playboys, who had Aaron Rodgers, Nick Chubb, Jamar Chase, some big name guys, and was able to survive that. My Cowboys defense came through big against Washington. And then Dalvin Cook just played some bully ball against the Pittsburgh Steelers with those 200 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Got that big game when I needed it. Hopefully keeps it hot, keeps it going here on Monday night against Chicago. But anyway, so yeah, just won my last 3 that really ended up getting me into the playoffs there. Again, gauntlet of a schedule at ring second. 10th in my passing. Was playing Tannehill in the beginning of the season. Didn't work out. Made a trade for Joe Burrow there kind of mid-season. And as soon as I make a trade for Joe Burrow, they start running the hell out of the ball with Joe Mixon, and he started taking off. But did well last week enough. Got me 47 points, so that was good. But I think that's leading to my low passing ranking. 5th in rushing, Elijah Mitchell in and out. Dalvin Cook having really not a really good season. Just kind of in the middle of the pack, still an RB1, but, he wasn't getting 25, 30 points a game. He was like in that 15 to 20 range. A couple games in there. I did have Alexander Madison that when he filled in for him for some games, but my second running back spot has been really difficult because Elijah Mitchell, he'll play like a game or 2 games, and then he'll go out. And I don't really have any other second running back to put in there that's going to be any confident that you'll be good at. So leading to my rushing rank. 7th in receiving rank. Just real bust on my receivers with A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf. Really didn't get much out of them. But look at that. 2nd in defense. So that Cowboys pickup there midseason, like right after week 4 or so, really has been saving my season. I mean, they've been pretty solid, at least fantasy defensively wise. So here we go. Here are the matchups there. Mahomes against Burrow. It's all about Thursday night in this matchup. It's all about what Mahomes, Kelsey, and Hill does. So this is the squad here for the Mollywops. The only thing I beat him is with Dalvin Cook, and that's barely by only 2 points. But I have Duke Johnson there just because I'm not sure if Elijah Mitchell's going to play. I'm just waiting on getting there just because he's the highest guru point that I have on my bench, so I put him in there just to give me some more guru points. But yeah, you'll see here he has Tyreek Hill and Godwin and Kelsey, so it's a pretty stacked squad, man. It just depends on if they show up or not. So we'll see how it goes, but it's all about Thursday night. I feel like if I come out with 65 to anything more than that, it's over. It's done. Anything less than that, I'm in the game. I'm in it. I can come back. I can get some points and make this a game. But anything 65 or over, if I'm down, it's going to be difficult to look at that for 3 days until I get some guys going. But we'll see how it goes. I will predict if I'm a betting man, I would probably put my money on the Mollywops. I mean, just look at the squad, with Mahomes, Najee Harris. Against Tennessee, I'm hoping Tennessee's defense can show up. Antonio Gibson against Philly. That isn't great. Tyreek Hill, again, combo guy with Mahomes, so that's scary. Chris Godwin, hopefully New Orleans can, blanket him, but, could anytime you're Brady receiver, you're a little scary to go against. Kelsey, again, another stat guy, so, it's going to be difficult here on Thursday night. So there we go. I mean, that's the way it's going to be, and I predict. I mean, there's a reason I got picked by the number 1 seed. It's because I got some bad matchups. Burrow against Denver, not the best, man. I'm not feeling very confident in it, but hopefully he does better than predicted. Breaking it, Chase can break a tackle. T. Higgins can do something. We'll see how it goes. Dalvin Cook, against Chicago. It's at Chicago, outdoors. Don't really like that. I'd rather be in Minnesota on a fast track. But hopefully he gets his. Again, second running back. It's a difficult position for me right now with Elijah Mitchell's injury. Hopefully he's healthy. My receivers there, Van Jefferson. He's good. I mean, it looks like ODB, Odell Beckham. He's out, so hopefully more targets for Van Jefferson. He's been putting up touchdowns the last 3 weeks. He's ever since Robert Woods went out. Luckily, I had gotten him, and he's been kind of a godsend for my receiving core at the time. I picked up AJ Green. It looks like Hopkins is out, so hopefully that goes well. But that puts a dilemma for me on do I sit DK Metcalf for AJ Green, because the only other option I have is for T. Higgins. I feel like I have to start Van Jefferson. Vile viewers, what do you think? Would you start DK Metcalf and sit AJ Green or Higgins? Or would you start AJ Green and Higgins? Tell me what you think. I'm willing to hear some good fantasy advice on that. But right now, I got AJ Green just because it's a passing offense and it's against Detroit. Hopefully James Conner's a little bit. I heard he's banged up with his ankle. Hopefully he doesn't. They're gonna hopefully not run him into the ground. So maybe they do a little bit more passing than the already pass-happy offense they have. Kyle Pitts scares me against my Niners. They'll probably, hold him in check, so we'll see how that goes. And then I picked up Nook Folk. And then I do like my Cowboys defense against the Giants with Mike Glennon at quarterback. That could be a big game there. So, but again, mollywops, I think, for the win there. All right, in the next game, we have the JM Flapjackers, the number 2 seed, versus the wow, getting face pumped against the number 5 seed Patty's Playbook. How do you pick the team that has you predicted to lose? I mean, at least you'd pick a team that you're not predicted to lose against, right? And this is great fantasy breakdown, by the way. This is like Emmy award-winning stuff here, and I would expect everyone to watch every minute of this breakdown of these matchups. So here we go. JM Flapjackers finishes 10-5, have won their 5 in a row. Really due for a loss, so they would have to go 8 wins in a row to get a championship here. The easiest schedule in the league at 14th, 8th in coach ranking, 2nd in the pass game with Matt Stafford, 3rd in rush ranking, 13th in receiving, and then 14th in defense. Ouch. Patty's Playboys, 8-6 record, lost his last 2, so he's due for a win. Coach ranking 4th, so he makes pretty good decisions, which is very odd for Patty. I think this is his first time making the playoffs in a good 5 or 6 years, so this is new territory to him in the modern era. 10th, tied for the 10th easiest schedule there. So he hasn't had a too brutal of a schedule. 6th in passing with Aaron Rodgers. That's odd, right? 13th rushing rank with Nick Chubb. That's odd again, too. 2nd to worst rush ranking. 6th in receiving, and then 12th in defense. So here we go. Here are the matchups. We got Stafford against Rodgers. You got to think Rodgers is going to outdo Stafford, but Stafford is going against Seattle, but that's a division game. It's hard to predict those division games. You just don't. The NFC West, there's rarely a blowout. There's not going to. So we'll see how it goes, but you got to think Rodgers is the better play there. We got Fournette and Jacobs going against Chubb and Devontae Freeman. That Green Bay game looks like Patty's going to have a lot of people going. And then now Chubb without the quarterback, so he thinks he's going to get more. But Lenny Fournette, he's been doing well, but they play Sunday night against New Orleans, which has had a pretty good run defense, so difficult. Jacobs against Cleveland. It's going to be at Cleveland. We'll see how that goes. I'm not a big Josh Jacobs fan, but he can get volume, so we'll see if that's able to do it. We have the receivers here: Hunter Renfrow, Jamar Chase, Marvin Jones, and Mike Evans. You think that the receivers, but Jamar Chase has a tougher matchup at Denver. They ain't the Niners secondary, so We'll see if he can put up some points. I'm hoping because that's Burrow. So I'm hoping he puts up some points. But Hunter Renfrow, man, he's been putting up good numbers since they've lost a couple of their receivers. Mike Evans, against New Orleans, they're going to have Marcus Lattimore against him, so they always do a good matchup. He usually holds Evans down, so I actually kind of like Marvin Jones a little bit more. They also fired Urban Meyer, so they're going to be a little fired up, so that's a good matchup there. Dallas Goedert versus Cole Kmet. Gotta think Goddard now, but it ain't. I don't think Gardner Minshew is going to be playing. It's going to be Jalen Hurts, so he hasn't had such the chemistry with Goddard like Minshew did, so that might be a little closer than you think. And then you got Clyde Edwards-Helaire versus Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Hard to keep going with Marquez Valdes-Scantling, but I see why Patty keeps doing it with the combo. And then Tucker and Sanders. How does Tucker have less points than Sanders? That's crazy to me. And then Jaguars D, which is weird, versus the Texans D. So these defenses are going to be going against each other. I'm going to predict that Patty's Playboys gets the upset here. I do. I think Patty's moving on to the second round, and he's going to upset the JM Flapjackers. He's won 5 in a row. He's due. I just don't see his not his running backs, his receivers. I know Hunter Renfrow can do some damage, but Marvin Jones, Cole Kmet, that doesn't really, blow your skirt up there. And then the Houston defense. I mean, really? I don't see that happening. They're not a lot of sacks against Trevor Lawrence, so I just don't see why they would pick up that defense. Weird. But yeah, I'm picking Patty's Playboys with the upset here against the JM Flapjackers. We'll see how it goes. I could be wrong, but I'm the only one on video actually putting out what I think, so I'm ready for the criticism. Wow, this is surprising here to me. We have the hottest team in the league in the basket of deplorables taking on the third seed in Rick and Morty's TDs. You see 8-6 versus 8-7-7. Number one coach ranking versus the second, so both these guys make good calls on their starting lineup. Schedule difficulty for the year, 12th versus the 9th. Passing ranking, 3rd and 5th, so really close there with both of them. Rush ranking, 6th and 14th. That really hurts Rick and Morty's TDs. He's had a real brutal year with his running backs with Saquon Barkley going out, Chase Edmonds going out after he had traded for him. Just really bad on his running back front with injuries. Receiving rank 12th for the second, so his receivers definitely a Rick and Morty's TDs a strength there, and then the defense 5th for 7th. So here we go. We have Kyler Murray against Justin Herbert. That's a tough one. That's even. Flip a coin. That's an even matchup. You don't know who's going to score more points there. They're going to pretty much cancel each other out, or one is going to have maybe 7 or 8 more points, but they're going to be really close. I don't see one going for 70 and one going for like 40. I see them being real close together, real close, within 10 points of each other. We got Rashard Penny, who's been hot, Saquon Barkley, Ramon Stevenson, and Chase Edmonds. Who knows if Chase Edmonds even plays? Gotta like the basket of deplorables running backs there over Rick and Morty's TDs. At least I do. Then we got Jalen Guyton versus Devontae Adams. Got to give it to Adams, right? He's just a deadly receiver, number one guy for Rodgers. So I wonder if Patty even ever made a play for Devontae Adams, even sent a trade offer for him or anything. Be interesting to know that. Jalen Guyton, good pickup, but I think Keenan and Mike Williams back, so not liking that start for the basket of deplorables, but he is the deep threat guy, so he'll get his opportunities. It just depends on if he's going to cash in. Looks like Mike Williams there for the Rick and Morty's TDs to help offset some of Herbert's points. So I don't know. You tell me, rival viewers, when you have the receiver going against the quarterback or the quarterback going, who gets the edge there, right? And we have same scoring. So normally you would say the receiver, because the receiver could outscore the quarterback, but not in our league. Our league, this quarterback is going to outscore the receiver no matter what. But I wonder, so if Mike Williams goes for 20 and takes 20 points away from the basket of deplorables, like, who gets the edge there? That's a hard one. You can make the argument for both, right? You can make the argument it's better for the quarterback. You can make the argument that it's better for the receiver. Russell Gage, don't like that because that's against the Niners. I think the Niners are going to hold him down. So yeah, I'm giving the receiver edge to Rick and Morty's TDs. Gronkowski versus Kittle. Kittle has been so hot right now. Gronkowski, though, is definitely a threat anytime he's on the field. He could be the 2-touchdown guy, but he hasn't been that lately. So giving that edge to the basket of deplorables with Kittle. And there you go. The Marquise Brown versus Brandon Ayuk. Marquise Brown has been pretty cold lately. Brandon Ayuk has been doing well of late. He's been coming on. And then we got Prater versus Suckup. And then the Eagles D versus the 49ers D. This is a tough one, man. This is a real tough one. But I think by just a hair, it's going to be a close game here. But I'm predicting Rick and Morty's TDs ends up beating the basket of deplorables. I just see it happening. I see Devontae Adams and the receivers being the difference in this one. Yeah. But, God, then I think Rashard Penny and Ramon Stevenson better than Edmund and Barkley. They can definitely make up those points. This is a tough one to call, but I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to say Rick and Morty's TDs out edges basket of deplorables and gets the W. I'm going to stick with that. Again, going to be a close game. I don't think anyone's blowing anyone out there. All right, and then in the last matchup, we have the number 6 and 7 seed Return to Greatness and the Brewdogs. You can see their season here. Both of them finished 7 and 7. Brewdogs has been on a losing streak there, losing his last 3 in a row, backed his way into the playoffs. Coach ranking, if of all things, Darren does better than Duke in setting his lineup, picking the right guys. Duke always second guesses himself. Schedule difficulty 4th and 6, so they're right there. First in pass ranking with Tom Brady, 12th for Return to Greatness because he keeps picking the wrong quarterback to start. Rush rank 7th and 1st. That's the strength of Return to Greatness is his running backs for sure. He's the number 1 and 2 in the league in scoring. Receiving ranking 4th and 9th, and then 10th and 11th, real close there. And defensive ranking. So here we go. So we have Tom Brady versus Jalen Hurts. You got to think Brady, right? So Brady's going to put up more points than Hurts. We got Eckler, Jonathan Taylor, Sony Michel, and Joe Mixon. Woo! And on paper and name recognition, I like Taylor and Mixon. But matchup-wise, I like Eckler and Michel. Because Taylor plays against New England. They're going to load up the box and try to stop Taylor. I don't know if they can, but they're going to definitely, that's who they're going to try to take away. Mixon plays against Denver. Another tough run defense from last week when they played the Niners D and he didn't do much. Maybe he gets into the end zone because they get down to the 2 or 3. But like I said, name recognition and I like Return to Greatness. But matchup wise, I like Eckler and Michel, but Eckler's hurt too, so that's a tough one. We got Cordell Patterson and Darryl Mooney versus Emmanuel Sanders and Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett is having a 0 there. There must be some sort of injury concern with him, or maybe he has COVID or something. Gonna give it up to, even though Cordell Patterson, I don't see him having a huge game, but they use him as a running back and a receiver, so he'll definitely get some yards and maybe a touchdown. Darryl Mooney hasn't been doing much, but Fields against Minnesota could definitely put up some points, but I don't know why Lockett is 0. I got to update myself on that. We got Andrews versus Ertz with now Hopkins out. Normally I would like Andrews, but with Hopkins out, there's more targets coming to Ertz against Detroit, who sucks against the tight end. So I'd almost say I'd give the edge to Ertz. We got Javonte Williams versus Craig Reynolds. Craig Reynolds, no, don't like that at all, especially against Arizona's defense. No, I don't like that start. That's not a very good start. I don't like that start, not at all. Javonte Williams has been kind of beasting lately, so but I hear he's injured, so he might be a little nicked up, but that is definitely a run-first offense. We got Greg Joseph versus Tyler Bass, the Cardinals D versus the Chiefs D. Whew, this is I think this is a little harder one than normal. But I'm gonna say my prediction in a very very close game. Again, no one getting Blown out. I'm gonna say Duke squeaks out a win over the Brewdogs. Squeaks it out. I don't think it's good. I think Brady's going to keep the Brewdogs in it, especially Sunday night. He's going to come back. He's going to have, just a bit, and that's where the game's going to come down to, right? It is going to be that Sunday night game. If Darren's down, 50 points, he's got a shot because of Brady. If he's down 80, then no, it's not going to happen. So let's see what it goes into Sunday night. And I don't like Lockett. Why he has 0, so that's telling me he's not going to play. And who does he have on his bench? Thielen, I don't think he's playing. And then he has no other. Oh, T.Y. Hilton. I don't know. T.Y. could do something against New England, so at least catch one long one. But I think Duke pulls this one out. I think he squeaks it out. It'll be close like this. I mean, it's not going to be 118 to 106, but you know what I mean. It's going to be close. It's going to be a close game for sure. All right, well, there you go. There's the Commish's playoff predictions. The playoff prediction. I can't believe we're at the end of the season, man. It's been really good season. It's the most Commish messages I've done in any year. Gotten 14 of them done. I hope you all enjoyed them. Again, pizza party, 1:30, 6 p.m. Pizzeria Classico, Folsom. I don't know if the Commish Special will be back next year. We'll see. I don't get many interactive people or people interacting with it in the league. So it's almost like I'm doing this just to talk to myself and hear myself speak. So that kind of sucks. And I just think it's kind of maybe lost its luster. It was like cool right in the beginning when we first started. But I don't think I don't think the league really appreciates it as much as they used to. And again, I just don't want to keep doing this if I'm just talking to myself for my own talking to myself and for my own reasons to do it, because I thought it made the league a little bit more unique and fun, but without the participation from it, it really kind of, it's not as fun. It's not as fun. So I'd like to get some participation from the league members into it. Keep trying to tell Duke we need to start our own little fantasy show called the Beluga and Warthog show, and because he's the one guy that I can, like, him and Zach are like the two guys that I can really rap about fantasy football with, and we can talk about, I like this guy, yeah, he does this, or the offensive line, or the receiver, the defensive backs, yada yada yada. So trying to get Duke to help, because I think we'd play well off each other there with the Beluga and Warthog fantasy football show. Give me a thumbs up if you want to see that. Give us a thumbs up. All right, y'all, so that's the end. Commission messages are done. I do not do them during the playoffs, so if you want to know who won, leave a comment. We'll let you know, or tune in next year if it's around, and I'll let you know then. So peace out to all the fantasy heads. Good luck in your playoffs, and may the fantasy gods bless everybody that are in the playoffs. Talk to you guys soon, or maybe not at all. We'll find out. Peace out, y'all. Lump Dogs out. Yay!
Who's the king? Who's the king? I'm the king. That's it.